everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Think and Grow with Vet Green. Y'all know what it is. I have my favorite artist right here in the 716, Molotov Mile and Duka Dinero. If you know, you know. If you've been following me on my journey, you know I have been feeling the new album that they put out in April called The Dialogue. Thank you to Wesley Williams for sending me that. This album has touched me in so many ways because I am going through this transitional period in my life of just owning this person that I am becoming, the person who God has called me to be. So when he sent me the music, I listened to the first one like I usually do. Like when people send me music, I listen to it. I listened to the first song, Truth Is. I was like, damn, this fire. Went to the second one, damn, this fire. Went to the third one, like demigod. It was like, oh my goodness. When it got to Devil on My Shoulder, I was like, okay, wait a minute. Who are they? Now I want to look and see what other music you have out. So thank you both for joining me on this episode of Think and Grow with Vet Green. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the listeners. Tell everybody who you are and most importantly, where they can also find you, because I want all of you to get what I got out. If you are in the space and your mind is open to receive what the dialogue has for you, you'll get what I'm talking about. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Man. Well, thank you. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you, Vet, because you've been the truth since we first crossed paths. So appreciate you for having us. But I'm Molotov Mall.
This is crazy.
Duka Dinero.
You know, and the dialogue is out on all platforms right now. Go check that out. Spotify, check it out. Molotov Mall, Duka Dinero. Look it up. I mean, check the music out for yourself. But, you know, we're going to chop it up today, and you're going to learn a little bit more about us, hopefully.
That's right. That's right. And Duka, did you introduce yourself? And where can they find you at?
Oh, Molotov 716 on IG.
Duka Dinero, Duka_Dinero everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Let's have a dialogue.
Yes, let's have a dialogue.
You know.
Talk to me about where you both are from, because you grew up together. So talk to me about that, how you met and where you grew up at.
So,
oh my goodness, this is can't be
from
serious.
Buffalo, New York, obviously, but originally I grew up, I bounced around a lot, but around like 6th, 7th grade, I moved to the Perry Projects, and you know what I mean, that's where I met Duka, and he was already in the projects.
I was in the projects. Before I was in the projects, I was on Broadway. So I got a Broadway family too. And then I moved to the projects when I was about 9, 8. I already had family down there, but I just moved down there when I was 8. My mom decided, let's just go to the projects. And then I met him, and then we kicked it ever since. We was drawing and shit. We was drawing. We was trying to do good.
The Perry's was dope.
Projects was dope though.
Projects.
Lanigan.
It teaches you a lot growing up in the projects. You grow up
100%.
quickly growing up in the projects. I grew up in the projects in Lackawanna, and the projects is a projects. We see a lot of things, and it molds us to become. There's a lot going on. I grew up in a lot of houses. I saw a lot going on in the projects. I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
I thought that that's how everybody lived. Did you guys have similar experiences?
Now that I'm older, I feel like we needed that. I used to question it sometimes, like, yo, what's up? Why am I? But it's like now, you need the contrast to get where we going in life and all the things we want. We needed to see that so we could appreciate it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have it no other way. You know what I mean?
You understand it.
No, I get it. Now that I'm older, it's like, you know, from your first, like, 15 years of life, from 1 to 15, like you just out here just going through, you don't really understand. But from like 15, I'm 32 now, like this your reflective years, you know what I'm saying? You gain who you is as a young adult and a man, and what you see a lot of things that you might not like, but that's what you don't want to be, and it gives you some energy to go strive for more, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now when I reflect, like I won't have it no other way. You know what I'm saying? I won't have it no other way.
I feel like growing up in the projects, it made me become, you know, it definitely teaches you strength. Either you're going to make it or break it. 100%. Unfortunately, some people do fall victim to the project. Either it's the mentality or just the way that environment itself.
Seeing that is the fuel, though. You feel me? Like seeing that is the fuel. That's what gets you wanting the same. It might be hustling, it might be doing, it might be hooping, it might do whatever it is. But seeing that every day is the fuel behind trying to get to that next level, get out. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you don't have something motivating you like that, some people won't be hungry. You know what I'm saying? That made the hunger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was always different. Like when I grew up down there, yeah, I was doing a lot. I was hustling, doing a lot of stuff. But I told myself, if I get caught one time, it's over for me. I got caught one time and it was over for
It
me.
was over.
It was over.
Yeah.
It was over for me. And it was just like, I just changed my life after that. I just started doing tattoos and stuff like that. But after that, I ain't been, because I knew it already, because not only was the older heads influence on us, they was OGs. They were not going to tell us to do nothing wrong. So when we wanted to do it, they like, nah, go to school. But when we really pressed the issue, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we.
That's the thing about the projects. It's like.
But I got that, though. I got when they were saying, like, nah, do this and do that. I got that part. So most people don't get that part. Most people get what they see.
Oh, you just don't want me to make no money. That's how some people think, you know. Oh, you just don't want me to make some money. But it's people out there looking out for
project
it.
for real. It's like it's a system in place. Like now that I'm older and career life what's going on, it's like it was sent to test you. It was sent to be a certain system, and you see certain things away, and you grow up with a certain type of mindset. It's like, but that's the fuel for this today. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to use whatever you're going through and elevate.
Yeah, use it. I told myself in 2018 when I started on this journey that all that hurt, and like I'm using it now, right now. That's what, like, the dialogue is helping me fuel that even more.
You don't have no
You
idea.
know, like it really is. Like, it touches my heart. Sometimes I sit and I listen and I can
feel
cry.
it every time you say it. It's like,
Yeah.
it's such a. Cause I'm like, I don't even know how to take when people is that appreciative or like, damn, like it's hard, man. It's like it's
Man,
hard to take it.
God.
Like, 'cause we really been working. We put a lot of pain in, a lot of no matter what. Like we gonna grind no matter what. Not giving a fuck. It's like like you saying, have to separate from people. Like separate from people you love. Like having to deal with things. It's like people being loyal to a fault. Being loyal to a sense of loyalty so much that it's hurting you and you don't know why. Like that growth creates a new person. It's like sometimes you need that, you know what I mean? But it's like that next level feels so good. You know what I mean? It's like when you break through and you get all of that off you, it's like a weight lifted. Like, cause now you can move how you really move. It's like having ankle weights on forever. You finally take them off and you swift. Like, you know what I mean?
Would you say the worst time, but the worst pain be the
like
best?
we just said that on the way here. It's
year.
like he was like, man, that was my worst year, but I'm like, or was it your best? Because like, just like if I'm in the gym, like when I'm hurting the worst, when I put that worst pain in is when I get the most growth and the most improvement. It's like that's what this is about. It's like and you also get a mental sense of like resilience, like by having to overcome that. It's like, can't nothing stop me now. I done been through this.
Like I did
it.
You
know what I mean? I done made it through this. Can't nothing stop me now. I done lost people I love the most, or I done, you know what I mean? Can't nothing stop me now. Ain't nothing outside of this, because now I'm a master creator. I'm bringing what I want to. And it's like, as long as you keep it genuine and lead with love and try to spread that energy, because there's a lot of people out here going through that, and it's like, you can't get through it for them. You know, the best thing you could do is be your best self. And it's like, I had to learn that the hard way. I was trying to save everybody around me all the time, realizing, and then it's like, now I'm not my best self because I'm burdened by everything that's going on around me. It's like, nah, it's a sense of freedom when you really get to a point where it's like, now you can really help them. Now you really moving. Now you really getting your stuff together by focusing on you and getting right and doing what everybody got a gift and got a purpose here on the planet. Like, once you figure that out, that's when you're really doing what you're supposed to hear. Like, that's the bottom line to me. I feel like one thing that's promised is we all got to go one day. You know what I mean? We all going to expire. But it's like, what you do while you're here, it's like living your purpose can't nobody tell you what it is. You know in your heart, and it might be despite of what everybody around you is saying. You waiting for some reassurance, like, yo, I got this idea, and nobody is connecting. It's like, but you got to do it. You got to do that. You got to figure out a way to do it and figure out a way to be confident enough that You know what I'm saying? That's the sign. That's the message I got to tell you. It's like, I knew I had to do music. I didn't know why. I just like, we loved it. Like you said, we used to draw. Me and him as kids, we was the same. We was creative. We used to go out, catch snakes and build. Always doing stuff. You know what I mean?
We're different.
Yin and yang, but we was compatible in a lot of ways though.
I was
But
making beats. He was rapping before me.
he wasn't rapping. He didn't want to rap, but he was so talented. Like, you know what I mean? He was just
Kept
like
telling me to rap.
like, bro, like you is
And
naturally.
you're so melodic together. Like, it's just, like, honestly, the entire album is just so beautifully done, from the beats to the lyrics. You know, the whole body of work is just so beautifully put together. It just amazes me that it has not taken off, and I pray to God that after this interview, that more people listen to it.
100%.
Like, honestly, I was praying today, thinking about it, like, please, God, let more people hear what I'm hearing, and feel what I'm
that,
feeling,
you know?
because man, like, if you are ready to grow, like, if you are really ready to change,
man. I'm getting the chills.
yeah,
right now.
you can hear it. Like, you can hear it. And I'm going to talk about some of the verses. One of my favorite is Do It Big. And you said, I did it again and again. I had to earn all my stripes. I had to pray for my sins. I had to fight for my rights. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I sacrificed all my life. Like, talk to me about that. Like, that, man, what? Like, I can remember my own life thinking, you know, like, I earned these stripes. I'm going to be doing a speaking segment in a few months, and the name of it is Own Her, because you earned her. And I think about all the tears that I cried, all those hard nights, all the times where I had to, you know, make a living. I was making a living, but I'm still in the streets. I'm, you know, bending the corners, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's the first of the month. I got to get this money. I got 6 kids at home. You feel me? So I feel that in this music. That's why it hits so hard, because this is my life.
It's reflective too, because like the energy you give him, you saying this to me, like me personally, I don't know how I grew up. It was like, it's so powerful, and it's like I see the strength in you, and it's like I see the way you move and how professional you is. You winning awards, y'all doing your thing. It's like, and you speaking your truth, and it's like I don't even be on the internet like that. I'm like, I like to create music, but I don't like. But it's like I see how you stand there. You wake up every day. You speak I love it, and it's like I'm being inspired by that, because I know that's the next level. So we could really get this. Like, people ain't just jacking music now. You got to be an internet presence and stuff. I know that's my next step, even though it's like a little awkward for me, you know.
Yeah, you gotta market it.
Could you say that in lyrics again?
You want me to say it again? No, let me get my rap on. Did it again and again. I had to earn all my stripes. I had to pray for my sins. I had to fight for my rights. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I sacrificed all my life. Finish it for me. Guarantee I'll never back down.
This is the thing, though. During that time, I probably was going through something like that, because when I rap, I don't rap like I don't write nothing down. I just go in there and just
do what you
just do.
Pull it from the heart.
Like how I'm feeling that day, that night. I just go in there and just. So, I think that day was. I was having problems with family, and they didn't understand why. I had to do this. I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unapologetically.
I'm the first person in my family, I can say, really to be like an entrepreneur and really taking full advantages and opening businesses and EIN numbers and then teaching my family how to even be business minded. Because I never had a job. I'm not too proud of it, but I never had a job.
You weren't supposed to, because if you had that job, you may not have been able to do this.
I had to sacrifice a lot, though. I had to hear a lot. I had to hear a lot from my family. Get a job. Do this. Do that. Do that. I wasn't always the brightest. I wasn't always, because I didn't really like science. I didn't like going to school and having to study science. It's not what I want to do. I don't care about no rocks. I want to go make beats. And I want to go, you know what I'm saying? So that sacrifice and everything like that, I had to earn all my stripes, because ain't nobody tell me to, I ain't have nobody to, the only person I had was really Marley, for real. And this was my bigger brother, and he was just telling me, like, yo, be on the right path. We going to do what we have to do, but eventually we going to have to stop.
Yeah.
So it was just like
A lot of trial and error trying to figure this out.
And the devil is real.
Yeah.
Sometimes the streets is more addictive than anything else. Trying to get yourself up out of there.
well,
It's hard.
Yeah, because it's for many of us, it's the only way we know to make
All we know.
money.
And
Yeah.
the biggest separation was a mental separation. I realized that because it was like the projects kind of like started getting, a lot of people had to move out, so it's like that's kind of what forced, like a lot of people went to the landfills, like, but it kind of forced us to like, I had to start doing other things.
Facts.
And then it's like
a lot of people went to
a
jail.
lot of people went to jail, got raided.
They
Our
caught us.
big homies, it's like
They caught it
New Jack City. You know what I'm saying?
in the paper, in the news.
And it's like, even though we did our thing, we never like got fully involved. Even though them our big brothers, big cousins, big uncles, all that, it's like we was directly influenced by it. Was like we was our own individuals.
And they didn't let us.
It's like
They didn't let us get too big.
They saw something in you.
With the drugs and everything like that. They didn't let us get too big. We was ready to get big, but it was just like they didn't let us. But they knew what we had. When we made the studio, when Molly put the studio together and anything like that, me and Molly, they started coming down there to us.
Yeah.
So they got off the block and came to the studio with us, and they was rocking like, yo, y'all fire. Like,
beautiful thing.
And they wanted to get in the studio, so it was like, it was dope. So before they went in, anything like that, it was.
But once it happened, it's like it
Crazy.
shifted a lot though. It was like
Yeah.
a lot of losses. It's like we ain't really. That's when we just had to get away. So it's like we went to Pittsburgh with my dad, me, Duka Dinero, my brother, and it was really, we just started pushing the music again, trying to figure it out. My dad ran exotic dancer business and parties.
His dad a stripper. His dad was a stripper.
He was, but at that time,
You're not no more. But
he had a bunch of
he's trying to.
Yo, listen.
Okay, that's up though. That's up. That's up. I love up.
Hey, no, I ain't gonna hold
Love
you.
up. I told Molly.
He's definitely a man stripper back in
I
that.
told
Hey,
Molly he made.
people that got their jokes
I
off
told
for
Molly he
years.
made.
It is what
He
it
made
is.
the money though, didn't he?
He had to do what he had to
His
do.
dad name was chocolate. I told Molly he might as well go in there and be white chocolate. Okay?
He used to try to recruit me. I'm like, Dad, I'm a gangster. I can't go back to the hood and no chaps. Man.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember them jokes, man.
Yeah.
No, that was the greatest time, really, for real. My younger life, going to Pittsburgh and experiencing.
Even though
Like
it was
you saying?
Getting
a
out
rough
of
time
Buffalo.
for us, we was getting away from a lot that we loved and cared about, and it was a lot of negative stuff going on. It's like we just trying. Like my mentality was, shit, if I'm gonna go get a job or work for something.
Yeah.
I halfway went to Erie and tried to like do something before, so I was like, I was already halfway to Pittsburgh. I ended up linking with my dad, like, yo, we gonna come and try to help elevate your business.
He wasn't stripping at this time, by the way. It was all females.
Yeah,
It was a
he
female
started
club. He
throwing-
owned a.
He changed.
a
Yeah, this
female
was-
strip club.
By the time we went down there, he had all females, and he would throw parties, and we would help be security and drive to.
I was
different
doing
places.
VIP.
So you had
That's what really
reference
we
as
started.
far as entrepreneur.
This is what kind of like really made me comfortable with the mic. My dad used to be like, oh, he used to be like, yo, he'd be doing this thing. He like, yo, each and every Saturday and Sunday, chocolate. He like, yo, Molly, I need you to hold the mic real quick. It's like at that moment, I'm like, I could bitch. I'm like, nah.
I'm telling Molly, say something.
So I sit in the corner. Y'all know what's going on. This Chocolate Factory Entertainment. Baddest bitches in the bird each and every Saturday, Sunday. That's how I just started. He would come up to me like, yo, you sound just like your dad.
And now he giving us money too. Like he giving us like $200 a piece to just throw. Like
Oh,
yeah. So
shoot.
now I'm
We out here.
I'm
Did you throw the whole
16,
$200?
17.
It's like slowly but surely I started developing a personality on the mic, being more comfortable, learning how to talk, and then watching other DJs and people run crowds. Because we was traveling all the time. And we did this song called Stripper Girl with one of the dancers who was a rapper. And it was like, you know, and see what happened is even though that was one of the hardest times of our life, like the thing with Buffalo is like they started supporting now because we out of it. You know what I mean? They can't put their hands on us. Now they like, oh, we getting 500 likes on Facebook. I'm like, what the? They don't know we struggling hard, trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like leaving our families, trying to go make something. You know what I mean? But that started helping with the music for sure, especially with developing us into performers. Because me and Duka, like, we performed a Stripper Girl like at least 100 times. I know when you left, I still was performing it. I was like, he would make us do it because it was like an anthem for his business. But that's what the goal was. You know what I mean? But I feel like even you know how that lineman work, how God work. He put us through that so we could develop. You
And
know, we met a lot of
appreciate.
people, learn how to be out and about, and make turn that into a financial benefit. Like, cause it's a lot of it's a lot of stuff to go with this, man. But then when we came back, like it's now we having kids, we got babies, we got to be adults, and it's like music is one of them businesses where it's like
You gotta put your.
you got to put a lot into it, and
You
it's
gotta
like
market it. You gotta
but
promote it.
I'm
Be
a
in
family
people's
man.
face.
Like this gonna come first. Like I'm gonna do this after I take care of everything. So that's when I decided to like build the studio in my house. Like I'm trying to. So in between of me like working.
That's why it's yin and yang, because it's different. Because I didn't do that when I first had my baby 9 years ago. I didn't do that. I put my career first, and now I'm okay. I'm a tattoo artist, by the way, if you didn't know. But I put that first, and that was my moneymaker.
Yeah, so Duka started he was doing tattoos in Pittsburgh too. It's like, I used to be right there with him trying to do it, but it's like, we both used to, like we said, we used to draw together. It was good. I could have did it, but it's like, he was just way more like, he was confident enough to put it on people's skin. Like, I wanted to perfect that. I couldn't do it. He was like, hey, you gonna pay me? I'm gonna do this tattoo. So I would draw like stencils for him, draw something, put it on, like, all right, cool, we was working as a team, but he took it to the next level, and that was his thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we still do tattoos for fun, like, just to the art side, but that was his thing. He was good with it, like, you know what I mean? As bad as I wanted to try to make it a thing, it wasn't for me right now, like, at the time, so just had to do what felt right, but, yeah, like.
How is it working together? Because you have known each other since you were kids. How was it
on the
collaborating?
For real, the energy with the dialogue. We had like not spoken for a little while. We had like went through some real life stuff.
A
like
year and
you
a half,
said,
2 years.
like I got married. I had some more kids, and it's like he said, he put his career first. He hustling. He outside. I can't be outside. I'm not outside. My schedule different. Like so we slowly like start drifting apart, doing different things. We still working when it comes to music and stuff, but it's like we just going different paths. It's not bad, but it's like other things got involved, and it's just like. But at the time of the dialogue, it's like
We had to cut some people off that was in the middle.
a lot.
Talk to me about that, because that is the
Some people was in the middle.
Yeah.
And it was he say, she say. So it was more of us having to really grow up to even know what was going on.
Some growth had to happen. Some growth had to happen for sure.
Somebody in the middle, pillow talking, telling me something, telling him something, and us not being.
dealt enough, because it is growth. That's what it is.
It's growth.
It's really growth. You have
More
to
me, though.
grow through those.
I'd say that now,
things.
like more me, neglecting the conversation with him, like you know. So
you man enough to
I ain't about
admit that, though.
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, but
Niggas like that, but it is I had to realize, you know what I'm saying, like that. Like he always been here for me. Always been here for me. So it was like, fuck the middleman. Like let's chat. Let's
the
talk.
dialogue was actually a product of that energy. We linking back up, and we finally get in the booth again. It was great for me, honestly. It was a breath of fresh air, cause like
Fire.
I had the business never stopped. I'm doing a lot of stuff on the side, like, but that creative process, it's a different spark to it. So bro came and we started getting back in the booth, and we pull up a little bit, roll up. Now we grooving, and the energy is just like 333 was a freestyle track back to back. You like if you feel that, all of them freestyle, but it's like that's just one of them ones where it's like that was like one of them. And I'm like, okay. And
it was literally 3:33 in the morning.
We was working, and I was
Really?
It was 3:33.
Oh, that was God.
Yeah, because I don't be up that late. Like, it's like, what is
Yeah, go to work.
Are you into numbers? Like, I'm into numbers. I love when I wake up at
Numerology is a thing.
4:44.
You know your life path number?
No, how do I
See,
find it out?
Well, you want to do it right now?
Yeah.
Life path, your life path number. Shout out to my dad. Like, he got life path records. Like, your life. Say, pull me up? No, at the bottom.
I swear when I hear that coming in, just ooh.
Duka Dinero, nigga Glocky, what up, man? You forgot to say Molotov. For the field. Get involved. Go this way, yeah. Go this way, yeah. I'm the man. I'm the motherfucking man. I'm the motherfucking man. And you know if I'ma do it, baby, I'ma do it big. Got it out the gutter, had to get it how I live. Did it for the fam, yeah, I did it for the kid. If I can do it once, you know I do that shit again. Know that I'ma do it, baby, I'ma do it big. Got it out the gutter, had to get it how I live. Did it for the fam, yeah, I did it for the kids. If I can do it once, you know I do that shit again. Did it again and again. I had to earn all my stripes. I had to pray for my sins. I had to fight for my rights. Tell me what am I doing wrong? I sacrificed all my life. I had to get up and get it. We was moving city to city. I'm in my bag now. I swear to God, I never brag now. Poolside with a shirt and tie with some bad bitches we don't brag about. And we don't even ask about. Contracts we just cashing out. Cash out, get the max amount. Get the back end in the bag and out. They ain't even in my league. I've been 10 toes since I was in my plea. Hail Mary is getting scary, bitch, I'm so elite. I notice when they don't notice me. This motion in poetry. I'm focused, I can't co-compete. Y'all gon' win. I set on my sins. I set on that Benz I could've bought. I was focused on them.
I was too focused on friends. I was too focused on friends. You know if I'ma do it, baby, I'ma do it big. Got it out the gutter, had to get it how I live. Did it for the fam, yeah, I did it for the kids. If I can do it once, you know I do that shit again.
Fire.
Do it, baby,
I
I'ma do
remember
it
these
big.
nights too. Like, these was a good nights. Like, the music was like a nice little chapter. We busy, you know what I'm saying? So like, the schedule be hectic sometimes, but we squeeze these nights in, and they always right on time. Like, they always right on time, man. Like, this body of work was really, when we put it out, we felt the way you felt, and it was like when you first recognized that and started, I'm like, yo, this is what it's supposed to like, cause we ain't push it. We don't, like I said, I'm not like overly ever gonna push, or like eventually I'm gonna get to it to where I'm comfortable pushing the right way, where it's a machine.
Yeah.
It didn't feel. It felt like. It feels so organic when we get in the booth so with each other. See, I wasn't making no music. Molly wasn't making no music at the time.
When you made the dialogue, you weren't
We wasn't making no
At
music.
the time, we was working on so many other things. Like, I was barely coming to record. Like, I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when we locked in, it felt good. I'm like, yo, it feels good to be back recording.
It feel back,
again.
right?
Like,
It feel back.
Put me, it's like you a sports player. You ain't played in years. You lace your sneaks up and get back in there. It's like, oh, yo, this what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like a lot of people probably have similar processes to that. It's like, it's certain things you used to love to do when you was a kid, or like this, you passionate about, and it's like somewhere along the way you get distracted or try to chase other goals to like, because like life is hard. You want a sense of stature. You want something to, you want accolades and things and accomplishments that might not resonate with what you really feel in your heart. But I feel like once you get to the point where you like comfortable, it's like you got to get back to what you used to love to do naturally.
makes
Where
you
it's
feel like
we
you.
used to draw like all the time. Like, it makes sense to hear tattoo artists. Like,
Oh yeah.
I would love to be doing that. It's like, you know what I mean? Music, we always did it. We all like, this was all. Since I knew him, we was always doing some type of. I used to write poetry. Like, I used to write. I was always, like you said, handwriting. Like, I used to write books full of like. I used to read a lot. Poetry eventually turned into like, okay.
Shout out to
music.
Psalms. Shout out to Psalms Live You.
GIP, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Perry Project, Perry's, Casino C's, like, you know what I mean?
He just won best.
Yeah,
battle
Casino
rapper.
C's won best battle rapper. Like, he was in the hood. Like, when we was young, he was the tallest, deep voice. He was
the one that was in the party that cut everybody up
and
then
started rapping
over the beat.
dissing somebody. He was supposed to be a battle rapper. It's like,
Definitely
to watch
was.
him win the awards, like, this is what we was primed to do for a long time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
Do you feel like you are going into that place where your music is really going to, the work that you've been putting into it, like the dialogue, it's going to eventually pay off? Do you feel that? Because I feel that. Like, I pray
always
that
felt
it's
like
going to
that.
happen.
I didn't know when or didn't know how. And this today, like, things like this.
I don't think it's gonna be the dialogue.
You don't?
I feel like it's still more people catching on, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it, though, because like, I'm not done making music. I haven't made nearly my best stuff. Like, you feel me? It's like, It's just been like, once was really time when people really tapping in, like we could pour in and really give them a body of work that it's like.
There's another one I heard from Franklin. You did it with, it wasn't with Duka Dinero. Let me see what the name of the song is. I have to look on my Spotify.
Definitely coming around full circle.
Yeah, this God is good. When I see things like this happen, like I literally had deja vu a little while ago when you had said something. Bad News is another one that I love. Too many nights I had to get up and arrive. Too many nights I had to hustle on the side. Too many nights I had to get up and provide for my family. I promise I'll make it before I die. Like, that's me right now. Too many nights. Like, it's too many nights I'm asking myself, like, damn, you got to get up and provide. You got to hustle on the side. Like, when does it stop? But I know I'm gonna make it work before I die because I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for me. Like, I have a bunch of whys. I have 6 kids, so I have a lot of whys. So when I hear that too many nights I had to get up in a ride, man, I'm thinking about me bending corners and doing what I have to do because these kids ain't asked to be here. So I got to make it work. You know, so I got a huge responsibility.
Mm-hmm. I can feel it when the way you saying it right now. I'm getting chills because it's like the same thing you hearing from the music. That's the energy, and that music is one of them type of things. Like, it's relatable. You could be talking about your own situation, but so many people could relate to it because it's that energy and it. Like you said, like I always thought that eventually it would catch up. Of course, that's why we did it. Like, we ain't, but it's about to do exactly what it's supposed to do naturally, though. I want it to be just like that. It's like, we're not clout chasing. We're not reaching for nothing. Like, I don't want to identify as a rapper. We rap, we make music, but it's like I'm identifying as a good man, a good father, a good friend, a person who gonna try to help and keeping God first and keeping like, we're gonna be positive individuals. We ain't gotta be nothing like, yeah, we done did a lot, we done seen a lot. It's like we ain't putting that first. Like, I want you to be the best version of yourself, and I'm gonna talk elevation. It's like,
period.
No matter what it is, like, and we're gonna make that cool. That's what the kids need right now.
That is what they need. Like, talk to me about the Chakra. How'd you come up with? Yeah, I love that.
Chakra Bar Studios was, it was, so when we built the studio, shout out to my boy Justin. He helped me. But we built a bar in the basement just to like, you know. So we built a bar, and it's like, at that time I had got a book about chakra meditation. I traded my bro Jordan, shout out J50, the secret for a book called Chakra Meditation. I learned about the chakra, and I'm like, I got into it more and more. I started researching. I'm like, so I named it the Chakra Bar. You know what I mean? Chakra
when I
Bar
saw
Studio.
that, I was like, oh yeah, I get why this music is hitting
and that's
because
God
he
too,
understands.
Because like people, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time, but it's like just that whole symbolism. I know it helped people because I watched people start getting into mental health and trying to balance their chakras and meditating and learning more about the spiritual side of things. Like, I've watched, just because like I didn't really have it figured out. We didn't have none of this figured out, honestly. It was trial and error, but we knew what we had to do. And to watch it display now, I was like, okay, cool. It's like God got this plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like you, man, like Wesley, everybody along the way. I'm trusting it now. It's like my guidance system telling me, like, you know what to do and what not to do. It's like, you trust it. Like, you gonna feel what's right. And it's like, if you're not absolutely inspired or motivated to move, don't move. That's not for you right now. It's like, you know what you need to do. It's like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no.
Yeah.
Like,
you check in with the universe.
Yeah,
I check in too. I check in. I have conversations.
You have to. Like, it's way bigger than just this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, we need them trials and tribulations. You know, you need to be tested. You need to be put through the fire a little bit to get that finished product. Like, you feel me? Like, and I'm embracing all of that. I'm embracing the journey. I know I haven't seen my toughest times. I haven't went through things it's gonna be some other higher things that I'm gonna have to grow through. And I feel like that's the beauty of this, because people watching and they seeing this, and it's motivation to them to watch you keep beating whatever. Like, they know what we going through. They know what we up against. They see it. We human. Like, so they watching, and it's like, I feel it every time, because sometimes, like, we got, like you said, we wasn't making music for a minute. We had things going through. It was like, when we link back up, I could feel people feel it. Like, oh, it feel good.
It does.
You feel me?
Man, like the energy that I hear in there, that I remember when I was listening to Bad News, which is one of my favorite ones, because my mom, she has some health problems, and like I want to buy my mama house a couple bathrooms. You know, I just want to buy my mama house a couple bathrooms.
Pull right beside my kids and
Show
show them
what they dad do. You know,
they never went through the struggle. I don't know.
So they didn't have to. I went through the struggle, so they didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yes, like that's real.
Yeah.
I think about everything that I went through in my life so my kids wouldn't have to. Like I didn't want them out selling drugs and stuff. I didn't want them to have that type of life. And the mentality, you know, even though we lived in the projects, it's like you don't have to have that mentality. We talked about the lack mindset earlier. So many people, you see that lack mindset, and then they try and push it on you like you will not be what you know you're destined to be. Like y'all destined to be so great.
It's a lot of programming going on out here too. It's like,
And people don't understand it.
That's half of the work. It's like you gotta choose to want to break the program. It's like we don't even realize we being spoon fed. That's why when they call it the project, I say it's a project. It's like, listen, like my mom white, my dad black. I had a lot of different friends and stuff on both sides, and I seen like my own family. Like I really, like a lot of that racism things is like it's not so much racism. It's like it's ignorance. Like I seen like my white family make jokes that it's like, yo, mom, black family heard that and they tear this motherfucker up. Then I seen my black family like, yo, they don't know that I just drunk talking shit, but they be ready to call the cops on them. Like you feel me? It's just a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but
I seen that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So
First hand though, that's why it's hilarious.
It's just like I don't know where I was going with that, but
it is because we are used. We are used
programming,
to.
Though. So I know when I was young and shit, like we smoked weed and shit. All my boys from the hood, we all smoked. We couldn't wait to smoke Dutchies and shit. I got all my boys, all my white boys. They never smoked a blunt. They always smoked bongs and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We fucked that first blunt up too. We messed
fucked it up.
We
Bro.
messed that shit up.
But it was also movies that they all seen that I never seen, and it's all movies that all niggas in the hood, we all seen certain movies, and we don't realize like how much what we experience, what we intaking, the movies, the music, the everything it's affecting us. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why I knew music was so powerful, because like when I was a kid, music helped me like develop as a person and grow, and I was listening to music for like knowledge for real, kind of like we didn't have that internet crazy where you could like I was listening through my step pop CDs and seeing like soaking this up and it's giving me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I also realized how I was young and like I ain't pay for none of that music, like, but people helped me develop into the person I am through music. So I realized like, yo, if you want to do this, then you gonna have a power, like you're gonna be here for a long time, like even after. So you got a responsibility of what you're saying on these songs. It's like I said, I got kids, so as I grew and developed, my message had to switch. My babies want to listen to my music. I gotta make music. Like, yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit. It's like it's going, you get, you know what I mean? But it's like majority for the most part, I want to make music that they getting something from it forever, timeless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it is. It's meaningful. When I listen to the dialogue, and I am being honest, like I'll listen to it a couple times a day, if not more than that. I listen to the dialogue because it is. I hear my life in there.
It's my life.
You know, I hear my life in there, and I can relate to that, like a little black girl growing up in the projects. Like I can relate to that, you know, having people leaving friends behind because they aren't supposed to come with me because I thought they were my friends, but they really aren't my friends. You know, I hear all of that in the music, just that growth and that transition, that becoming, that you both are. I can hear it. I was down bad and they never had my bag, so I had to get that bag and let them go. Man.
I was in the trap and I always had my strap. These niggas get the ply and you never know. That bad news. I just want to buy my mama house a couple bathrooms. Pull her right beside my kids and show them what they
Duka was in his bag.
I never got caught up in the game because I'm mad smooth.
My man, he was in his bag. He was coming through every night, juicing me up for real. Like I'm like,
I was going through it.
You know what I'm saying?
I was in that zone, and it was like I couldn't have nobody else but Molly. Like,
I needed it at that time too. Like I needed to get back.
I'm coming in the studio.
Cause I got the studio in my basement, in my house, like, it's
Yo.
like, and I wouldn't even be using it. He calling me, and I'm in the middle of doing it's like, and I would be Like I work, so I get up super early. He a night owl, so it's like
I got something to say right now.
I'm staying up late still. Like, all right, bro, we rocking like cool, but it was worth it. It was like, sometimes you need that, like you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you could get too in your system, and the universe will have to disrupt it. Like, yo, dude, this is what you're supposed to be doing. It's like you know what I'm saying.
You gotta pour it out. You gotta pour all of that. You poured all of that pain that you were going through into the music. Only said it would be worth it. Never said it would be fair.
Come on.
Only said it was
real.
Some shit
What?
you can't compare.
Come on.
What?
I need a molly for
I
that.
keep giving, they keep taking, they get kind of hard to care.
That part. I had to rewind that like 3 or 4 times because I'm like, damn, that's where I'm at right now. I keep giving, they keep taking it, and I don't want to not care. You don't want to not care.
You don't want to not give either. So it's like, So what I had to learn is like, that's the perspective thing. It's like, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm just naturally, if you around me, we going to eat. Everybody going to eat. Everybody going to, I'm a giver. Like, you feel
Always
me?
Me
Like,
too.
so it's like, I'm not going to change that just because it's some people who will come and try to benefit off that. It's like, I'm going to be more wary of the energies I keep around me. It's like, I'm not going to let no leeches come around or somebody who got bad intentions. Like, oh yeah, I was drinking, smoking for free, got a plate, now I'm out overhanging. Like, that type of like, the right people end up coming though when you go on the right path. Though. It's like then you get good, you know what I'm saying? It's like
we don't even care about them people that's doing that.
Yeah, a lot of people is trying to get over them. It's like, and they get over on genuine people and play themselves.
That's
like,
them.
That's none of my concern though. You know.
How do you deal with the in this industry, which I'm finding is it's hard to discern who's really for you and who's against you. How do you get that discernment?
In the music industry or just
in
like
general, just in the entertainment industry.
Entertainment? Mm-hmm. Do stuff with people that want to do it with you.
Yeah, it'll feel right. You know what I'm saying?
Support is organic.
Like if you gotta reach out too much and you trying to do something, it's not there. It's like this
do it
happened
no
so naturally. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was real from the gate. It's like every time I seen you, I'm like, yo, you showed up to the shows. I'm like, oh, I just want to hug her. I want to be weird, but it's like, yo, it's never gonna be a problem. You
I don't do it no more.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not doing nothing. It's like, especially nowadays, like we did too much for free. So now it's like, if you really want me, you gotta pay. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
I don't do it. I stay away from everybody, literally.
Yeah, that's what I've been staying away.
I stay away from everybody, like literally stay away from everybody. I'm by myself. 9 times out of 10, I'm by myself. I stay away from people, and it's if I feel that energy, that's when I go. But other than that, like the entertainment, even tattooing and music, it's all in the same. I just stay away. I don't try to compare myself with nobody. I don't try to compete. I try to stay away. I try to show love to the people that show love to me. And if it's not gonna be organic,
if it's not
real, I gotta stay away.
Yeah.
I can't fake it. I'm a blunt person. I tell you your bullshit. If somebody coming to me telling me some shit about you, I'm bringing y'all both to the table and telling y'all at the same time, like, yo, look, he said this. Yeah, he said it.
Yeah,
y'all go. Yeah, he said it.
That's Duka for you.
I ain't about to play none of them games or none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a real blunt type of person. And the outcome gonna be the outcome because I believe it got to be brought to the table. Can't nobody.
Yeah, we get.
Got to be brought to the table.
And it's easier to move like that. You know
Have
what I mean?
Yeah.
That old mentality is gone, man. It's like it's kind of hard for bad energy to get around.
Motherfuckers talk about you and don't be in front of you and laugh with you, joke with you. You buying them shit, you giving them stuff, and they talking about you behind your back to somebody else, and then that person, that I cut off that person too. That they telling it to. So if you telling me that he's saying something, like I don't even like, you know what I'm saying? Because you could have brought that to the table with both of us.
Actions speak for real. People gonna show you
who they are.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you believe them the first time? Like Oprah says, when a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time. That's tough.
Just watch what people do. They gonna, people could talk all day, but you will see what they do. And it's like that's really what you base it off. It's like, and at the end of the day, that's their life. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm gonna move according to what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And prioritize how I see fit, though. You know.
We're gonna get into The Devil on My Shoulder.
Devil on My Shoulder. Yeah,
Ooh wee, this song's so
this,
deep.
I think this is gonna be the video. I wanna do this video big, man. But it's,
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I wanna do it big, man.
Oof.
That's the thing about us creating right now. Is like, I don't want to do nothing less than anything we've done in the past. The production got to get better. So it's like I'm more hesitant to do. You know, I would rather.
That's why it's not out yet.
Yeah, that's like because we could rush and it's like, but it's not. I'm not in playing the rushing game. I want that joint to be beautiful, a piece of work forever. Like,
Something that stick.
Yeah, like if it's gonna be our legacy, let's put out the best thing we could possibly put out. Like.
Yeah. You got ideas already about the video?
I do. I got some ideas, but it's like I want the director to like, you know what I'm saying? I got my own little visions and stuff, but it's like it don't translate until you get the director. So once we figure out who's gonna be in charge of this, you know, I got some people in mind. I got some ideas in mind, but just definitely look forward to that. I think that's gonna be the main
The
video,
first one. Oh, I
the
can't
biggest
wait.
video. We're gonna do some other small videos where you could do some get away with some quick stuff, but that's gonna be the big one.
It's playing. I love that.
Yeah. I was going through dark times.
Man, you aren't the only one. I'm a product of the streets. Who is that? Hello.
Devil riding on my shoulder, he told me that I'm the product of the streets. We went from whipping YOLO on the corner counter, now we counting money on the beach. I know some people that never believed in me, but they always trying to give a speech. Niggas always trying to preach. I make a day what you make in a week, my boy. Can't tell me nothing, you not on my level, you did. Just like a shovel, I'm digging your grave in this beat. I do not talk to no bitch. You know this life that I live. I put this shit on my kids. I would never ever go back to the old me. Them is cold facts, saying low key. Hope you know that.
Right there. Hey.
We went from breaking the law to going them boys and buying them all. Niggas is driving in cars that we rode in last year. We make it happen. This shit is magic. Did it with time. I'm on a fashion. Know it's my passion. I drop my all like I whip it with baking soda. I control the picture like I got more control.
I control the picture. Now that part, a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize that. When I heard that, I said, damn.
If we up it, then we shoot. Niggas never caught the truth. I'm on my last day.
Ain't shit you can tell me now.
Everything healthy, we getting wealthy.
We went from hand me down.
I'ma stand for mine. I'm a man, I demand my respect. Y'all knew the princess, we ran in the checks. Bitch, I put this shit up on my back. We ain't had nothing, and that shit was whack. I had to learn how to run up a stack. Develop a hustle, I had to adapt. We got the product and back in the trap. You can pull up and just ask for some crack.
Ooh.
Bitch, I ain't capping. That's how it happened. These actually facts.
Devil riding
On my shoulder, he told me that I'm a product of the street.
Bitch, I'm a god of me. The only thing matters what I believe, and I'm a queen. Hey.
We go with futures ain't promising, but I'm a win. I promise this.
I just want what I deserve.
This life of mine, I'm finally clean on what life was ground. Professional now, my business is mine. And if it ain't about money, give it up. Cause I do magic inside of the street. And now we going back.
Man,
Devil riding on the shoulder,
that
that
part.
I'm the product of the streets. We went from
Word.
whipping YOLO on the corner counter, now we
Word.
counting money on the beach. I know some people that never believed in me, but they always trying to give a speech. Niggas always trying to preach.
I make a day what you make in a week. Ooh, wee. Sometimes I was riding in the car the other day, and I'm just crying, just listening to The Devil on My Shoulder, cause man, it's powerful.
From whipping YOLO on the corner counter.
To counting money, man, on the beach, on the beach.
100%.
Yeah, that's real life. Yeah.
That's a
Came
beautiful
long way,
thing.
man. Like, for real. Me and this guy, I remember selling nickel bags, first getting a little bit of money, counting up a bunch of
On that corner counter.
fives and ones, counting up on the washing machine. Like,
On the counter.
oh, man.
Elevation is real.
We divvying up, you know what I mean, differently.
It's nothing but God.
Yeah, no, this is growth, man. This is elevation. It's beautiful for real. Like I'm really thankful for you. Like
100%.
You got great energy, great aura. Like you doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. I really appreciate it. Like you know what I mean. Like this is amazing for us. It's like I was just telling Duke on the way here. It's like we're getting pulled into the 716 awards.
You making
shout
me
out to Abby too. Like
definitely shout out to Abby. Shout out to Abby. Shout out to Abby.
She been keeping Duka together, man.
Shout out to my manager.
You know my boy, man. He a little slow, man.
She been
keeping it together, getting in the right.
She believed in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like my music and stuff like that. And she asked me like, "Yo, what you doing with your music?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't really rap like that. I do tattoos." And she like, "For real?" And then she just like, "Yo, let's do something." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do something."
She be on how he's supposed, how he
She
needs.
just wanted to manage me and that.
You need somebody like that.
I don't want shows like in Buffalo, like Dave East. I opened up for Dave East. It's my first big show ever, for real. Like, if I was like opening up for somebody, I won that showcase. So it was like 20 other artists, and I won that to even be able in a position to perform for Dave East.
How did that make you feel? That you wanted to do something?
Yes. And I never felt like that before. As far as like the music and everything like that, okay, yeah, we doing music, we pushing it, boom, boom, boom. But as far as like the business side and what I seen what she can do with the business side and how she can get me into these places and people actually like my stuff. Yeah. It feels crazy. Oh yeah, I'm about to do music. Yeah. Let's put the tattooing away for a little bit. And let's put that money into the music.
Some of us come to this earth with so many gifts, and it takes something to draw that out. Like you needed Abby to.
I wasn't gonna stop.
We need each other, man. It's like everybody we connected. This whole planet is like everybody got their gifts and their connections. And you heard of the 6 degrees of separation before.
It's so real.
You know, it's like we connected. It's like once we realize that it's like you just being you is exactly what somebody needs. And it's like, so if you scared to be your authentic self, you might be right sitting next to the person one day and it's like they who you need, but you holding back or you not doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's like keep being you, do what you believe in. Like as long as you try to do the right thing, the right people gonna come. Like,
they gonna come. Shout out to my brother Keon too, cause
I'm Glock, man.
I'm leading with love in this thing because I believe it.
You know what I mean? Like we've been. I mean,
you get good people.
You know. If you don't, you don't.
You get good people. Like shout outs. Like I gotta shout out $1 Million Music. You know what I mean? Them boys from Cleveland and stuff. My brothers, and we end up opening a smoothie shop together, Pineapple Express. Like it's just good people coming. Biggs, you know, my bro Mikey Biggs, man. Like you meet people along the way, and it's like they supposed to be in your life no matter what's going on. It's like. And you're not done. We still gonna meet more people. It's still gonna be a lot more people come into your situations, man. It's like that's
we need
life.
those
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful at the end of the day. No matter what we've been through, like that's why no matter what, like no matter how dark the music is or how it's like, we always try to leave. I'm trying to leave the song on a high note. Like,
I'm coming.
That's why it's like you're the devil on my shoulder, but bitch, I'm a guy. Like. The only
thing
thing matters
what
what I believe. Like,
that.
you know what I'm saying? It's like it's always gonna be that message. Like, yeah, we went through the wash, but we coming out the other side.
And like, we speaking facts. Like it
ain't real. It's like
organic. We ain't going in there rapping about 40 clips and extend. One of the stuff that I'm talking about in there, people know what I'm talking about. If they were ever to hear it, they will know exactly who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about.
Music's scary in general, but it's like I've become like numb to it. Like I feel like it's hard to create. A lot of people, you scared to create and express themselves. Like same way, like right now I could admit this. Like I'm not super comfortable on the internet. I think it's awkward. It's like I grew up around people who was never even trying to. It took me forever to get a MySpace or Facebook or whatever. Like I just got that mentality still, you know. So it's like I'm not one of the people super comfortable, and I'm like. But it's like you break with music though. I gotta sing, I scream, I'm super comfortable behind the mic. I get creative. You feel me? Like, we in the studio. I'm gonna express myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like I like that though. Like that's a thing.
That boy be screaming.
I be wilding. Like you should hear some of the stuff that's not out. Or, like,
you be coming through. You know how they say, give it
Yeah.
to the trees.
making country songs, making rock songs. Like I really, yo, don't laugh that hard, bro.
So as we close out, I always like to have the guests of Think and Grow with Vet Green just leave a little nugget for somebody. I feel like the dialogue is a huge diamond that I hope if you listen to it, make sure you go stream it, that you get what I get out of it because it's so powerful. So we can start with you, Duka. What nugget would you like to leave the guests
Nugget
with?
for y'all. Let me leave a nugget. Look, know the definition between humble and narcissist because they get it different. Okay? All right. They told me to be humble for so long. I was trying to express myself for so long and be this person that I wanted to be. Nobody else. And when I feel strong about myself, they call me a narcissist. So know the difference between that and then go about your life because I'm done being humble. I can't be humble no more. I feel like I'm one of the best right now. Like if not the best, one of them. And I'm gonna speak like that.
Own it.
About myself because it's me, nobody else. I don't care how nobody else feel. And as long as you feel like that, can't nobody tell you nothing. You gonna thrive to be what you wanna be.
You can tell me
100%.
Right.
So,
That's
me. That's my nugget.
That part.
You
What
know,
about you?
okay. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Shout out to my man. You said left me with a freestyle. I'm gonna hit you with, yo. If I told them I see spirits, they'd probably fear it. With all the words just left unspoken, I could hear the clearest. I judge the book by its context, never appearance. Cause who am I to judge but the man in the mirror? You see, the world gonna take your presence for granted until the day that you manage to disappear from the planet. And then the moment you vanish, they'll get this deep understanding how underneath we're all connected by the roots like a planet. See, no one has all the answers. You ask me my opinion, this life's about taking chances. Karma, dharma, honor, and romances. Basically, everything you can't see. Only what you feel is reality to me. So show me something real and I can show you what I mean. In my dreams, I've been seeing the beam through different galaxies. Bloodshot eyes, I done seen too many casualties burning the devil's lettuce. Blue cheese dipped in celery. Take you on a tour of my mind's art gallery. Don't be surprised if you find what saddens me and see the way it get me charged up like a battery. They say imitation is the purest form of flattery, but actually, all these mini-me's and copycats fuck up the salary. Try and teach them, turn their fam into faculty, not waste their whole life 9 to 5 in a factory.
And that's
just
fact.
facts to me. Though.
And that's
you
a fact.
I mean?
You know why?
Yeah.
You know,
We
Oh,
got that
I love
for
you.
y'all.
Oh my goodness. Like the
got
love
that
is
for
so
y'all. And we got this.
real.
oh,
Nah, I don't got nothing. I don't be like, yo, say I don't got nothing. Just catch me in the studio.
you know,
Oh,
no, we
my
appreciate you, Vet, for real. Like this has been a pleasure, man. Like,
Listen, I got my
real.
red cup.
Shout
I
out
double up with the red
716
butt.
Live, man, my man Jay Heat, man. y'all the truth, man.
Yo, shout out to
Thank
716
you.
Live, man. Thank y'all for having us
Thank
for
y'all
real,
for
man.
Thank you both for for coming into the studio. Like this was a conversation that I was so looking forward to. Like this,
and it happened just
made
the
my
right
whole
way. You
day.
know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have it no other way. I
This
love to
was fire.
see y'all win an award at the 716 Awards. It's like it added so much value to this. Like I seen you
Yeah.
at the show on the 4th of July. I was a little busy. I couldn't really chop, but all the anticipation led up to this, and I'm pretty sure, like
This was dope.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna watch this back and be like, okay, I've been in it right now, so.
It's
but I'm
good,
thankful.
though.
I'm
I'm gonna watch
grateful.
half
It's
of
like,
it.
Really appreciate
I don't
you.
like watching
really,
myself
this is
on the
like
show.
I done got chills every time I talk to you. Like
That's
I know you
good.
get it, and I know this is gonna hopefully help. Yeah, I mean a lot of people. You know
It
what I mean?
is.
And help
Word.
us too. Like when we got more good music, that we want
The
people
dialogue
to listen to, man.
in stores everywhere
Duka
and
Dinero,
every
man.
platforms. Duka Dinero,
Molotov Mall.
Tell
Spotify,
everybody where they can
everything.
find you. Yeah.
Spotify, YouTube,
Molotov,
Apple Music,
anything. Type it in. You'll find
SoundCloud.
it. MOLOTOVMALL, man.
DUKA_DENIRO. Not DI. DENIRO.
Well, thank you everybody for joining me for another episode of Think and Grow with Vet Green. This has been such an awesome experience for me because I'm truly a fan. I am truly,
Appreciate it.
truly a fan. I am fanning. So what y'all got going on, just
Appreciate
make
it,
sure
man.
that I know, because everything that I've heard,
Oh, you
that
locked
I've
in. We
listened
fan. I
to,
got your number. We
man,
about to
I
chop, you
love
know.
it all. I
Anytime it's
really
like sending
do.
music and all
We want to
that.
put together a
Please
listening
do.
party for the dialogue.
Oh my
Like,
goodness, you
just
should.
Just a couple immediate.
We're gonna chop. We're gonna talk about it.
Let's
We're
do
gonna talk about it. Let's do
listening
it.
party. Just a
Oh, my
listening party
goodness.
for people to listen to.
And what I'll leave everybody with is be you, unapologetically be you. I'm not going to apologize for being me. If you
Facts.
can't take it, get some shades, because I'm going to keep on being a light in this
Yeah.
world, because
100%.
I know what this can do. I am a light
100%.
in this world. I'm owning that, and I thank you,
Yeah.
God, for all of this.
100%.
Have a great
Shine.
night.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
Thank you.
Big love.
Thank you.